Uh, well, I grew up in Wisconsin on a farm, and we lived by a river and a railroad track. And we went swimming in the river. We waited until after milking was done, and our father would go down to the river with us. And my two older sisters were excellent swimmers, and they had a great time there. And I was a little leery of the water, but I went in with the snapping turtles and the other critters that lived in there. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting wet in the hot Wisconsin sulky weather. And then we walked home through the woods, and mosquitoes ate us alive. It was really, you really had to want to go swimming in those days. And so we did. And well, we lived by the railroad track. It cut our farm in half, kind of. And we had to go and get the cows in the evening across the railroad track. So that was quite an adventure. We had to bring them back and close a couple of wire fences that were really tricky to get closed sometimes. And I just got so mad at those cows sometimes because they would press up against the gate, and I could, I was having a hard time getting it open and then closing it after they went through. But it was fun. And one time there was a snowplow coming on the road, on the railroad track, and there was a curve, and we didn't see or hear the snowplow until it was on top of us, and we dove for the ditches. So that was quite an exciting experience. When we didn't have electricity until I was 10 years old, but so we had an outhouse where we had used the restroom, and we had a thunderbug where what we used in the evening or at night. And so every day somebody had to take that out to the outhouse and dump it, and wash it out. And we all had our jobs to do. Yeah, my sisters, two older sisters, like 4 and 5 years older than I, they milked the cows night and morning before they went to school, and in the evening. And they helped Dad milk the cows. And I don't know if I pretended that I couldn't squeeze the milk out of the cow or what, but I didn't have to milk cows until the girls had graduated from high school and left, and then I milked when we had milking machines. And then, but I did the cooking in the house, a lot of it, because Mom worked outside as well as inside. And I learned to cook some things really well, like macaroni and cheese was one of my biggies, and I learned to do baking, and I still do baking once in a while, not much anymore, but I have some pretty good recipes that I'll share. And my mom raised 5 children on the farm, as well as doing work out in the fields and in the home, sewing our clothes. And I had 2 older sisters and a brother, and then my little sister came along as a little surprise to everyone. And my oldest sister was a senior in high school, and she was so shocked. She said, "Mom, how could you?" And then Edie and I were very happy. I was pleased as punch because she was like a doll to me, And then my little sister came along, and here she is. This is my sister Liz. She came along 12 years after the last of the four of us. And I was thrilled to pieces that she came along because I love babies and I love dolls and stuff. So I was kind of left in charge sometimes of her, like for bedtime. If she went to bed and didn't want to go to sleep, I was the one that put her to sleep. And I used to sing a little lullaby to you. I think I've sung it to you since.
I think you have.
Let's see. Go to sleep now, my pumpkin, you will turn. You must tuck in your toes. If you sleep well, my pumpkin, you will turn to a rose. Yeah. And you loved it. You didn't realize I didn't have a good voice. So.
Well, I must have liked it better than Mom's.
What was hers?
Well, one time I was told this, and I don't know. She was singing to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. I guess I said, Mom, don't sing. It sicks me.
Right.
So
you always said goofy things.
Oh, did it?
Well, remember when Mom sent you down in the basement for something?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you came screaming back and said, "I'm not going down there. There's
I'm afraid of the cobs."
The cobs. And Mom said, "What?
What's a cob?"
What's a cob?"
Well, it was the spiders. I was calling the spiders cobs instead of the cobwebs.
She says, "There's a cob down there. It's in the cobweb."
Yeah.
No.
Well, when I understand that it happened right when Mom and Dad brought me home from the hospital, that Dad said, well, isn't she itsy bitsy? And so then Dad started calling me Itsy. Is that right?
Oh, no, I don't know where Itsy Bitsy started. I thought it was us kids that started it.
Oh.
But we did call you Itsy Bitsy, and then you turned into Itsy for many years.
I was Itsy until high school, and then some people started to call me Liz. But our niece Chris and nephew Terry, they still call me Aunt Itz.
Yeah, they do. That's right.
So, Yvonne, I don't remember a lot about you older kids when I was little because there was such a difference in our ages.
Right.
But I do remember this, that when I was 5, I think, because I hadn't gone to school yet, 4 or 5, Mom would say if I took my nap, I could walk halfway up the driveway to meet you and Bob coming from school.
Oh, and I don't remember that.
Yeah, and then I'd get between the two of you and you'd each take my hands and you'd swing me up in the air.
No.
Swing me up in the air as we walked home.
I can imagine we did that.
Yeah, that was fun.
I don't remember it, but I do imagine it. Yeah, right.